All right, good morning everyone. Bill Hurtado with Transwest Truck Trailer RV. Got another nice one to show you today. This is a 2017 Ventana, model 3709. 3709, 37 foot 10 inches in length. 16,000 miles on this thing, and I'll tell you, I love this coach. It is near flawless. With 16,000 miles and being a 2017, it's in immaculate condition, both inside and out. Let's talk a little bit about what we've got going on here. First of all, this unit does have the side camera and rear camera package. Those side cameras are integrated in with the turn signals. The full body paint finish on this thing, like I say, is just beautiful condition. The thing was so well taken care of. It's certainly nice to see one come in without the customary tree scratches that we see on so many of them. You can be the first. Just kidding. Keep it nice, just like this. All right, so what we've got here, first thing I noticed also on this, the tire date code on these Goodyear Endurance tires is 3222. So they were manufactured late last year. So these are virtually brand new tires on this thing. Obviously looking really good there. This unit has 3 slide outs, and it also has the window awning package. You can see I've got the regular awning out right now. That has a 3-position wind sensor on it to put itself away in case the wind kicks up. It also has a patio door awning, which I did not bring out yet, but you understand how that works. Working our way back right here, we've got very ample storage for what we would consider a small diesel pusher right here. So looking in this bay right here, the extra tile that Newmar always sends is still sitting there. That's a good sign because nothing has ever broken inside. If it hasn't happened by now, likelihood of it ever happening is pretty slim, but you've always got the backup tiles in case you need those. All the books and manuals and everything are inside here, easy for you to reference. When you're looking through the full pass-through storage we've got over here, you'll see the connection for the central vacuum cleaner, and then that little table right there can mount next to the passenger seat, so the co-pilot / navigator can have a nice little working desk. You've also got the slide tray over here in this one, so much easier to get to your stuff that you're going to store further back. Really nice setup. And look at this thing. It's absolutely clean as a whistle. This is the way this thing came in. This is a very good sign to know how well the previous owner took care of this thing. This area right here obviously is not very deep. It's only a few inches deep right here, but it's a little pegboard for you to hang tools or whatever you want on there. And this would be the access point if the tanks ever had to be changed out, the holding tanks. Coincidentally, the tanks, 105 fresh, 65 gray, 45 black. Okay. All right. So I mentioned all the brand new tires on this. You've also got the Alcoa aluminum wheels with the extra bright finish on those. I love those. They're a little bit different than the standard Alcoas because they're always going to stay shiny and bright like that. No need for you to go in and polish them regularly. All right, little extra space they had right here, so they gave it to you. All of these compartments, by the way, are ozite lined. Ozite is a synthetic man-made material that resists mold and mildew. All right, working our way back. This may not seem like a big deal to a lot of you, but believe it or not, the chassis battery disconnect is an option. And I'm happy to see this one's on here right now. So if you're storing this unit, you're not going to have any of that inherent draw on your batteries and have an issue that, you know, you come back 3 months later and, hey, I need a jump. All right. So back here, this XCR chassis does have the 360 Cummins. That gives you 10,000 pound tow rating back here. And as you can see, we do have the 7-way plug that I've mentioned 100 times to you. You know, you can always adapt down from 7, but you can't adapt up from a 4. So, working our way around, this one has a ladder already installed on the back, full depth, so easy to get to right here. And this roof is called the Bright Tech. It's a one-piece, full walk-on fiberglass roof. Very nice build on this unit. Okay, so over here in this area, we have the 50 amp service, which is, you know, something you would expect, of course, because you've got two 15,000 BTU air conditioners with heat pumps built in already. And that is the auto retract on that thing. So your cord is very easy to put away just with the hold of a button right there. Over here we have our DEF tank with its own gauge, and also you have a series of lights on the dash that's going to let you know if your DEF fluid is low over there. Okay, this is the wet bay. Now, there's a lot of nice features in this. Again, retractable hose reel, which is really nice. You've got hot and cold running water. Over on the far left side there, you see that clear hose with the valve on it. And those of you that watch my videos know I make a very big deal out of that. That is your winterizing port. And it makes this extremely simple to winterize yourself with 2 gallons of antifreeze. I can certainly send you instructions on how to do it, or you can find them yourself. There's numerous forums online that will talk about the procedure to go through so that you can winterize this yourself. There is a water pump switch out here, so you're not running back and forth when it comes time to clean things up. You have the autofill feature for your fresh water tank. Remember, that's 105 gallons, nice supply of water. So when you're hooked up to city water, you can turn that valve and top your tank off before you head off to the next destination. Full water filtration system on this one also. So very nice insert that goes inside that white housing down there and then just screws on up there and away you go. So that's an excellent feature on this thing, having the full water filtration system. Okay, working our way forward over here. By the way, while you're at this, just take a good look at the finish on this thing. This is what the whole coach looks like. Now, first thing I want to tell you is I can't feel any lines between all these colors because of the masterpiece finish that they do on this unit here. Has several coats of clear. It's absolutely gorgeous. You don't have to wax this thing. You just have to wash it once in a while. And it's gonna look shiny and bright like this. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say 20 years, it's gonna look just like this still. That's the type of paint job that Newmar does. All right, so we were over here. We've got the Oasis system on here. That is a hydronic heating and unlimited hot water system. It works via electricity or a diesel-fired burner. It gives you incredibly warm, comfortable heat inside the unit that is very even front to back, floor to ceiling. It is the best heating system going today still. So that is something I really want to tout. I think you're going to like that quite a bit. In case I forget to mention it when we go inside, there's really 4 ways to heat this unit. So obviously you know about the hydronic heating system via electricity or a diesel-fired burner. You've also got the dash heat. You've also got the 2 heat pumps in the air conditioning, and there's a fireplace inside here. So 4 ways you could heat this thing up. Good flexibility on that. All right, this is just the pass-through from the other side that we saw. And then over here, not as easy to see because I have the slide out right now, but you do have the 8 house batteries. Those are all 6 volts. This is the largest pack of batteries you could get for this year, and it gives you a lot of reserve capacity. So, electrically speaking, this thing is very sound and very nice. This compartment up here is your chassis electrical, and probably nothing you would need to do over here yourself other than check your fuses in case you have a problem. And then there's a handle over here that you pull, and that'll give us access to the front of the unit where the generator is sitting. Now I've already pulled that handle, so hopefully I didn't close this too hard. Nope, I did not. So let's take a quick look under the hood right here. Working from right to left, you do have the dual air horn set up, and you've also got your fuel vapor separator up here in the front that you can change out easily. You've got the 8,000 watt generator, which will give you enough power to run everything at once. You do have a light out here so you can see what you're doing. The jacks, the automatic hydraulic leveling jacks, that is the main component for those with the fill. You can check your level in your hydraulic fluid very easily right there. So very nice setup. Oh, and I forgot to mention an air service port also. So that's very nice to have in case you need some high pressure air. And if you were smart enough to have a nice long hose, you can actually air up your tires with that thing. So very nice setup. That one-piece windshield, I looked it over pretty close. I can't find any flaw in it whatsoever. It's absolutely perfect in there. So nice looking rig. All right, let's see what it looks like on the inside. I already know, but you're gonna see this thing looks like it rolled out of the factory yesterday. Come in. Okay, so I'm going to work my way back here to the back. It's got that beautiful tile floor in here. Very nice contrast on the colors. This is a Bermuda maple cabinetry. Everything you see that looks like wood is solid wood. There's no laminates in here anywhere. All right, so let me go ahead and work back to the back right here. We'll touch upon everything as we work our way back out. This is a great master bath. So it's nice and big. You've got the corner shower with the glass doors. Skylight above the shower. So it's kind of a cloudy, gloomy day today, but normally that's going to give you some nice light through there. You do have the access to extra hanging and a safe back here. I have the safe code. I'm happy to give that to you when you sign on the bottom line. And I look, there's no money in there. This is really nice having the Whirlpool laundry center. So name brand appliances in there. And I love having the laundry back here in the very back in the bathroom. This is where it belongs. You've seen some units, it's up in the kitchen or it's in the bedroom. It doesn't make any sense to me. It needs to be back here. This also has an escape egress door right here. So that door will open up, it'll flop down, and in case of an emergency, you can escape this direction. This has the high-speed attic fan, and they put a remote switch for the fan right here. Well, why does that make sense? Because, oh, here we go. Now I can use it. That's the way it should be, not having to get up and push a button way up there. All right. So as we work our way this direction, some things I really love are the accent lighting that's built into the slides. Separate switches for those. So whether you're in transit or you're at the campground or you're out in the boonies and it's the middle of the night, you can have just those on. They give you a nice little glow throughout the whole unit. You can see what you're doing, get up and use the restroom, whatever it is. And it's just really nice, and it's good looking too. This unit, the 3709, does have the queen size bed in this one and closes off the bedroom here and the bathroom where you're looking from over there. Built-in dresser down below. So 6 drawer dresser down below. Nice size, I think that's a 32-inch TV here in the bedroom. And then more hanging in addition to what you saw back in the bathroom back there. All right, oh, there is some underbed storage here also. And this is where the 2 extra chairs for the dinette are. And this is the hose kit and attachment kit for the central vac. So if you don't need to take those extra chairs with you, you just have that much more storage. Great place for bedding and linens and things like that. All right, working our way forward here. We have a nice pantry with the pull-out drawers. There's 6 of those built in right there. Residential size fridge. I don't have any AC power on right now, that's why it's not lit up. But looking at this thing, I think, go out on a limb here, but it doesn't look like it's ever been used. It looks absolutely perfect. And then you got the slide out freezer down below, and that does have ice maker built in. Okay, so another switch like we saw in the master bath back there. So this is going to operate the high-speed ceiling fan up in the galley over here. So if you're cooking, you've got 3 positions on that. Is it 3? No, you've got more than that. You've got about 7 positions, and it goes up to 750 CFM. So if you want to move a lot of air through here, that's the way to do it. Some of you might ask, why does that door operate so funky like that? Well, think about this. When this slide, this main full wall slide over here comes in, it closes off this area to where if we had the door open, it would be touching, and it's, oh, I'm back. So they do this on purpose so that it's easy entry even when the slide is in. And that's really the reason for the half bath. Yes, you may have guests and you want them using that, and that's great, I get that. But when you're in transit right here, the opposing slides in the bedroom are going to close that off. So if you want to go to the main bath, you have to go over the bed to do it. Now in transit, you've got this half bath, easy to get to all the time. What do you want to get to when you're in transit? You want to get to the fridge, you want to get to the bathroom, you want to be able to cook a meal, you want to be able to watch TV, which I'm going to show you in a sec, and you want to be able to take a nap. You can do it all in this thing. Every element I just mentioned is accessible and easy to get to. Okay, so great galley in this thing. This is considered a small unit, but it's got a great galley with fantastic storage in this thing. 3 huge drawers over here, 3 different size drawers over here. And if that's not enough space for your cutlery and your utensils, you've got that extra little bit right there you can use as well. And then full depth, full height throughout the lower cabinet right here. I like this galley a lot. You can store away all of your covers in here. This has the dual 18-gauge stainless steel sink in there. What does that tell you? They never even took the wrapping off of the water filter that we talked about. So yeah, this thing is fresh. This thing is clean. This is a nice, nice rig. This has the induction cooktop. And I want to mention something about this. When you're looking at units, and I'm not picking on the competition much, but this is something you're going to find in all late model Newmars. The induction cooktop has a little bit of a cutout right here on the sides. And when you see that, you know that this will lift out, unplug, go outside. You can set it out there and plug it in. You can cook outdoors. Fantastic setup. Brilliant. I don't know why everybody isn't doing it, but they're not. So I mentioned television. Oh, combination convection microwave, of course. I mentioned television. So when you're over here on this somewhat like theater seating setup, which also has the power loungers built in. Really comfortable over here. You got lots of storage underneath it right here for extra stuff. But when you're sitting straight across from that, then you have your television over here. Fireplace down below. Remember, that's the fourth way to heat this thing, if need be. Quiet, smooth operation on that televator. Probably wasn't used much either, so really nice right there. So kind of legitimizes this whole thing as a really nice living room right here. I brought this chair around just so you could see. Both of these obviously swing around and face the room this way. So you've got a lot of seating you can utilize in here. And then both driver and passenger have the lounger built in. So lounger, 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 lounger. Very nice. So this is a 2017. The thing that appeals to a lot of people about this vintage, if you will, is this is prior to getting all of the complex electronics. There are switches and buttons for just about everything in here. Your comfort control, heating and air conditioning right here. Very simple to cycle through and select what you want. The dash is an analog setup, so you don't have to worry about that digital dash and the complexity involved with changing screens and figuring out what you're doing. Switches, switches, buttons, buttons. That's what it's all about right here. The built-in stereo system in here and built-in navigation. Again, those are very simple with push button operation on there. And remember, those are integrated in with the turn signals. So when you change lanes, you can see down the corresponding side. I mentioned that this has the hydraulic leveling system over here. It does have the engine brake that you can engage on a down slope. Make yourself very comfortable driving without having to use your brakes too much. You can select to engage or disengage your air horn. The dome lighting, fog lighting, all that stuff. Very simple. Everything is very easy to reach. I love that this unit has the comfort drive on here. Comfort drive is an amazing feature. I'm just going to start this up and I want to show you what comfort drive does. So there's 5 degrees of resistance that are going to be built into the steering right here. And what's lovely about comfort drive is it will always recenter your wheel for you. It makes it much easier keeping this thing in the lane when you're going down the road. It gives you a lot more control. It's a great feature. You've got onboard diagnostics. They're going to work through this Aladdin system. At least that's what I call it. That's what it used to be called in the old days. There's probably a new name for it now. But that's really nice. Just scroll through everything on the chassis. It's a checklist before you drive. It'll give you your levels. It'll make sure, you know, everything's ready to roll before you drive off. All right. Did I miss anything? I do want to mention that I have the original MSRP on this. I have the original brochure, both in digital format. I can send those to you anytime you want so you can read all about what features are on here, what the specs are in that brochure over there. It's a big brochure too. It's several pages. But these are things I'm happy to send you. Just call me, text me, email me, whatever it takes. I'm here for you. This is one I really want you to consider. It's a great rig. I'm happy to get the opportunity to show this to you today. All right, Bill Hurtado, Transwest Truck Trailer RV. Looking forward to hearing from you soon.